serve their customers. Now, developers, I think, many of them you here in the audience, need to think a little bit differently now about how you build applications. There is a significant conceptual difference in developing for the massively distributed web that deserves a bit of our attention and our emphasis here now. Paradoxically, developers must reach across platforms while also being very platform specific. It's a different way of developing a product line. 20 years ago, and my experience in this industry dates even further back than that, but when developers were thinking about their applications, they thought about a specific platform. They were going to write for the PC or they would write for the Mac. And once they had been successful on one platform, they would port their applications from one to the other. And when they did that, they were striving for parity. Features and functions needed to be the same on the PC as they were on the Mac. And that was the true test of a compatible application. Well, those days are over. New applications, and now in this environment, developers must develop and distribute services over a wide range of platforms, whether it's a mobile phone or a browser or social network APIs. But then in every case when they do that, they have to take specific advantage of the capabilities of the device. That when you build an application for the iPhone, you use the wonderful features and wonderful capabilities of the iPhone. When you build an application within a web browser or on Silverlight or on one of these other development platforms, you take advantage of the unique capabilities that are there and build to the full richness of those platforms. That means that developers have to start thinking of their customers and as their products much more holistically. You must think about it in new ways. You're no longer an iPhone developer or a Facebook developer or a web developer. You're a developer of a specific application that meets a need of your customers. You have to think about your customers and your applications across a total experience. So that when one of your customers wants to use your application on the iPhone, that customer has an iPhone experience with your brand. When that customer wants to use your product from the web, the customer has a web experience with your brand. And that it is complete and it is different and it is appropriate and it meets the expectation of those platforms. So it creates a new challenge for developers. Rather than building one set of features that you spread across platforms, you build a vast number of features, but deploy them specifically according to the platform that they're on. Well, there's one great example of a company that's doing this today, a company called Intelisys. Now, this is a company that has created a massive database of information about people brought together from public and private sources or proprietary sources, and also from across the web. And when you are in the web and you search for Chris Shipley, you get a lot of rich information, maybe more information than I'd like you to get, about me. Now, they decided that it's important to take this data and deliver it to customers on the iPhone. But what's the right application? What's the right use case for the iPhone? Well, their first thought was not to try to put the whole web experience onto the iPhone device, but to think about when people are out and about in their mobile and they are curious about someone, what's the right use of their data? And the case they came up with was, you're out on a Saturday night and you're at the bar and you meet someone and they offer to buy you a drink and you want to make sure the person's not a creep. So you search for that person and you get a quick background check. And that's all. It's just a light touch on the data. It's a light touch of an application, but it's a strong experience with the Intelisys brand. Because they thought very hard about how their brand could move across those platforms rather than be forced onto all the platforms equally. And that's the way I would encourage you to think about how you develop your applications in this new massively distributed web. I think you will begin to start thinking about yourself much more in terms of your brands and your value proposition to customers. And when that happens, I think you start to unlock real value creation for your startups and for your businesses. Now, last year I did make one prediction, and I'm going to make the same one again. After Web 2.0, after that last cycle, I said it was time for this market to break out of what I tend to call the echo chamber of the tech market, where we all buy our own products, we all talk to ourselves, but we aren't reaching out into the mass market. I think in an age of the massively distributed web, we will see tremendous growth, and that this is where the market gets so very exciting to me. I believe that this next era is going to create the next great IT company. If you think about the early technology days, we created IBM and Hewlett-Packard, and then in the PC era, it was Microsoft and Apple. In this internet age, we have Google and we have Yahoo. Well, I think the massively distributed web is going to create the next one of those great and endurable companies. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to come from. It may come from one of you in this room, and I hope it does. I'm very fortunate to be here again and to have the chance to talk to you, and I'm very eager to see all of your presentations today. So I will leave it at that. I look forward to meeting you, and I very much look forward to your presentations.